What if everything they said about you was wrong? What if the pain, the pressure, the moments you thought would break you were actually shaping you into the kind of person even your past couldn't recognize? In this conversation, we're not talking about second chances. We're talking about complete transformation. Jordan Peterson sits down with performance strategist Marcus Lang to explore what it really takes to rebuild from the ground up, not through validation, but through brutal self-honesty, discipline, and fire. This isn't about being liked, it's about becoming dangerous to your old limitations. If you're looking for cheap hype, this isn't for you. But if you're ready for real mindset motivation, the kind that holds a mirror to your excuses and demands a better version of you, stay locked in, because what comes next isn't theory. It's the framework for mental warfare. Comment below. What part of your identity are you ready to leave behind to become who you were meant to be? We're diving deep into the pressure, the mindset, the process, and the pain required to rise. If you're still here, you're not average. And by the end of this video, you won't be the same. What if you're not a mistake? Let's start with this. You are not a mistake. You never were, but the world will try to convince you otherwise. Every time you fail, every time you fall behind, every time someone leaves, rejects, betrays, or overlooks you, it carves a little crack in your belief system. Until one day you start whispering it to yourself. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm the problem. But what if you're not? What if everything they walked away from was actually a version of you still under construction? What if the pain was the tuition? The failure was the fire. The setback wasn't rejection. It was redirection. What if you could stop explaining yourself and start rebuilding from the ashes? That's what this journey is about. Not proving them wrong, not chasing applause, but becoming someone so aligned, so focused, so unshakably clear that even your past self wouldn't recognize you. Because here's the truth. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by how you respond. And every second you spend feeling sorry for yourself is another second you could be sharpening your edge. That's mindset. Motivation, not the kind that makes you feel good, the kind that makes you get up. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to be the smartest. You just have to decide that the man you are today is not the one you'll be 6 months from now. And it starts now. So here's the challenge. Comment below. What lie about yourself are you done believing? Say it. Own it. Burn it down, because we're not here to stay the same. We're here to evolve. And in part 2, we're going into the pressure. Why it's not your enemy, but the very force that will shape you into the man you were meant to be. Let's go. The work has already begun. Pressure doesn't break you, it builds you. Pressure doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to decide who you really are. Most people run from it. They pray for comfort, for ease, for things to go their way. But pressure doesn't care about your preference. It cares about your potential. It's the heat that separates the real from the fragile. And if you can learn to stand inside it without flinching, you'll become something the world can't ignore. Pressure exposes the cracks, the weak break, the unfocused fold. But the man with vision, the man with purpose, he doesn't collapse under pressure, he crystallizes. Think about the last time you felt it. The weight of expectation, the silence after a failure, the burning in your chest when life didn't go your way. That wasn't the end. That was the forge. That was the moment you had a choice: escape or evolve. And if you're here, it means you're not here to escape. You're here to become unbreakable. This is where mindset motivation gets real. It's not about hype. It's not about yelling in a mirror. It's about showing up when everything in you says, quit. It's about putting one foot in front of the other when the path is uphill and the finish line isn't in sight. Pressure is the universe asking, do you actually want this? Or do you just like the idea of it? The only way to answer is with action. So here's what you do. You breathe. You square your shoulders and you lean in, because the fire that melts the weak is the same fire that sharpens the blade. And maybe no one else sees it right now. Maybe they think you've peaked. Maybe they think you're finished. Let them. Your next level doesn't need their permission. It only needs your commitment. Comment below. What pressure are you under right now, and what will it build in you? Don't run from it. Declare it. Face it. Then make it your fuel. In part 3, we'll talk about the few, the warriors who carry more than their share. The ones who do the work when everyone else disappears. You'll learn what separates them and why you must become one. You ready? Let's go deeper. Be the one. In 100. There's a reason the world feels heavy. It's waiting for someone to carry it, and not everyone will. Out of 100 men, 10 shouldn't even be there. 80 are just watching, 9 are doing most of the lifting. But one is the warrior. One is the one everyone else leans on when it gets real. That's not just a battlefield truth. It's life in your family, in your circle, in your generation. That one man, he matters. So let me ask you, are you the one? Because that role doesn't get handed out. It gets earned. Earned in the moments where quitting seems logical and you keep going anyway. Earned when everyone else disappears and you stay. Earned when no one's watching and you still choose to lead. That's the one. He's not the loudest. He's not the flashiest. He's not the guy begging for attention. He's the one building discipline while everyone else makes excuses. He's the one forging grit in silence. And when things fall apart, he doesn't panic. He plants his feet. This is what mindset motivation is really about. It's not surface. It's about building such a strong core that storms don't shake you. Loss doesn't stop you. Failure doesn't define you. It's about living by a code, not because someone's watching, but because it's who you are. And yes, it's lonely. Warriors walk alone more than they walk with applause. But that silence, it's not emptiness, it's clarity. It's the space where strength is built, where resolve is forged, where boys become men. So here's your question. If you vanished today, would the people around you feel the absence of your discipline, your courage, your example? Because the one always leaves a mark. You want to be him? Then start acting like him right now. Comment below. What's one standard you're choosing to live by, starting today, no matter who's watching? And in part 4, we flip the script. We go into the pain, the betrayal, the rejection, the heartbreak, and how to turn all of it into fuel that lights a fire no one can extinguish. We're not done yet. The real power is still coming. Let the pain build the fire. There's a type of pain that doesn't just hurt, it brands you. It marks you in a way that no one can see, but you feel it in your bones every time you're alone. The silence after being left. The look in their eyes when they gave up on you. The moment you realized the people you'd go to war for wouldn't even pick up the phone for you. You want to know what that pain really is? It's a test. Not from them, from life. It's life asking, what are you going to do with this? Most people stay stuck in that place, replaying the betrayal, obsessing over the loss, begging for closure from people who never had the capacity to hold your worth in the first place, but not you. You're not here to bleed for the same wound every day. You're here to turn it into fire. Mindset motivation isn't about pretending it didn't happen. It's about staring that pain in the face and saying, thank you for the fuel. Because here's what pain does. It wakes you up. When things fall apart, you're left with nothing but your own breath, your own hunger, and your own choices. That's where the real work begins. You stop hoping they'll come back. You stop waiting for the apology. You stop explaining your worth to people who never saw it, and you start becoming dangerous, quietly, relentlessly. On your own terms, let them underestimate you. Let them think you broke. Just make sure when they check back in 5 years, they see a version of you they never even imagined. A man sharpened by fire, disciplined by heartbreak, and calm under pressure. This isn't revenge. This is resurrection. You don't rise out of spite. You rise because it's who you were meant to be before the world tried to tame you. So what do you do now? You get up earlier. You train harder. You become more focused, more disciplined, more locked in. You disappear from distraction. You bury yourself in your purpose, and you rebuild day by day, rep by rep, choice by choice, until one day they don't even recognize you. Not because you became someone new, but because you finally became who you were always meant to be. Let that sink in. They didn't break you, they revealed you. So here's your challenge. Comment below with one wound you're done carrying and what you're turning it into. Say it out loud. Give the pain a purpose. Let someone else know that they're not alone, and neither are you. Because the difference between a man who stays broken and a man who rises is what he chooses to build with the pieces. Let's finish what we started. Win the war in your mind. Everything you've been through, every heartbreak, every failure, every moment of isolation. It wasn't random, it was preparation. Because the final enemy isn't the person who left. It isn't the one who doubted you. It isn't the obstacle in your path. It's the voice inside your head, the one that says, you're tired, you're not ready, you're not enough. That's the war. That's the real battle. And most people lose it long before life even hits them. They lose it when they hit snooze. They lose it when they wait for the right time. They lose it when they listen to the echo chamber of fear inside their skull and start negotiating with the part of them that's designed to keep them weak, but not you. Because now you see it clearly. The war is internal, and the man who owns his mind owns his future. Let's break it down. Your mind is a machine. It's powerful, relentless, and tireless. It's either working for you or against you, depending on who's in charge. And if you're not consciously leading it, it's leading you. Straight into comfort, chaos, and regret. Mindset. Motivation isn't just a phrase, it's a way of life. It's a code. It means you stop reacting to how you feel and start responding to what you decided. You train your mind like a muscle every day. You set non-negotiables. You build rituals. You stay sharp. Because in this life, your success, your peace, your freedom, it all flows from one place: mental dominance. Let the average man follow his feelings. Let the masses chase dopamine, escape pressure, avoid pain. But you lean in. Because now you understand your mind is a battlefield. And every day you either win that war or it owns you. Here's how you win it. You keep your word to yourself. You do hard things without needing motivation. You train when it hurts. You study when you're tired. You build when no one believes in what you're building. And you stop letting your mind run wild. You discipline your thoughts. You question your patterns. You override the noise with action. Because guess what? You're not tired. You're undisciplined. You're not broken. You're just distracted. You're not falling behind. You're simply not focused. Fix the focus, and the rest of your life follows. So here's the final challenge. Comment below. What's one thought that's been holding you back? And what new belief are you choosing? Instead, this is your line in the sand. This is the moment you stop waiting for motivation and become the standard. Because from this day forward, you're not just in control of your schedule, your body, your habits. You're in control of your mind, and that makes you lethal. This is how legends are built. Not in crowds, in silence, not in celebration, in repetition, not in fantasy, in discipline. The next season of your life belongs to the man who shows up regardless of how he feels. So make the decision, burn the excuses, and lead your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. Everything you've been through led you here, every scar, every rejection, every quiet night spent grinding alone. It wasn't wasted. It was the curriculum for the life you were born to build. You don't need anyone's permission anymore. You don't need approval. What you need is discipline, clarity, and the willingness to walk forward even when no one's cheering. That's what mindset motivation really is. Not hype, not noise, but fire-controlled, focused, and relentless. The type of mindset motivation that wakes you up earlier, sharpens your edge, and makes you dangerous to doubt. You don't rise because it's easy. You rise because you decided to. So, here's your final challenge. Drop in the comments. One belief you're killing today, and one identity you're building in its place. This isn't just a video, it's a decision point. If it hit you, share it. Someone else out there needs to feel this too. And if you want more of this level of mindset motivation, make sure you subscribe, because this isn't the end. This is the standard now. Remember, you're not here to be average. You're here to leave nothing on the table. Let's build the man they said you could never become.